So if I'm reading for onus, it's, you know, difficult or disagreeable obligation, because if it is disagreeable, I have to find out what I am looking at to be disagreeable. Right? And this is difficult now. When you're reading, what's difficult is overcoming those voices, those 29 voices you mentioned, or 27, depending if your parents were still alive. As well as those 6 ether forces that tap into deception, jealousy, envy, the 9 mental diseases, right? So now that's what becomes difficult. So we read Patarak for onus and responsibility, because once you recognize what is being written for you, now you have the responsibility to respond to those things that's going on inside of you. So it goes back to, I seek refuge. I go in quest. I have to go in quest inside me. In the Journey Within, it was a DVD. It was actually a VHS first. When Pop was talking about it, and then also on the wake-up call. When he said, you know, you're going out here, but your journey is this way. Yeah. Right? So you have to take that responsibility and that onus, that difficult obligation, because when we came into this, it was an obligation. Especially if you're in AO. You follow? If you're in a lodge. It's an obligation you accepted. And it's going to be difficult because we have to, as I mentioned before, addicts, people that were under the spell, people who have suffered amnesia. You have to overcome that which you have had. So that's going to be difficult. That's the difficulty. Since we're going to be tried, go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, just you too. Just like an addict, you will live with it for until
the rest of your life,
and beyond. You take that into the spiritual matrix,
right?
If indeed causes you to experience a matrix, and it can.
I'm gonna ask straight up. I'm gonna say I'm a recovering alcoholic. You know, the first thing I had to admit, they took people, like you said, you have to admit that you're following something. There had to be another fix. It wasn't on me. I think it's a spiritual program to help me out.
Sure did.
You know, the whole thing is I was not comfortable with my own skin for many things that happened to me. I was not comfortable with me. So I drunk to mask that thing that I went through.
Sure did.
I don't even want to go there.
And see, now a lot of us also partake in a lot of other 6 ether aspects in order to mask it. You follow? So when we deal with those mental illnesses, we're doing it. If we're overeating, or if we're eating foods that we know aren't healthy for us, you follow all of those aspects. We're still trying to submerge something else. And we'll externalize that and find, I don't know why things got to be so strict. Right? It's only strict because you don't want to do it. But you don't ask yourself, is this healthy or unhealthy? And then you make a choice. Well, I choose to be unhealthy. But instead of that, I said, man, it takes too much to do that. It takes so much to be a Nuwapian. But you weren't enslaved to be here. It was a choice. You follow? But we have to look at what choice really means. A lot of times we think choice is freedom. You don't have freedom. There's no such thing really as free will, right, as the master broke it down. Because if I want to live to be the best me possible, then I have to do those things that lead up to that. So that's not really free will, because I have to do that in order to get here. You see, I have taken responsibility to get to this point. And that's what I go by.
And what is really free will when you've been under the spell for 6,000 years? You don't really have a frame of reference.
Right.
So someone outside of that has to come in and let you see things.
Right. But even now, our choices are submerged inside of our emotions, our desires, our wants. So now, when you sit there and you're hungry, you're not really choosing based upon an actual choice. It's, what am I feeling? You say, oh, that's a turkey burger. You know, it's my thing. I'm like, yeah, I need a turkey burger. You see? And but see, everybody's addiction isn't for them. That's why they come to you based upon what is for you. You see? Right. And Right. No, that's fine. See, even then, we have to add extra stuff because we feel a certain way about where we're at. So our choice, you didn't really choose to say the extra information. It was the fact of how your emotions are. I wanted to make sure everybody realized, hey, no, I'm not overweight.
That's exactly what it is.
You see, that wasn't a choice. You were impelled, you were compelled to share that emotionally.
I'm agree, I gotta get that.
Compelled